Yeah, it was a good win for us. Really, really cool to see our excitement in the locker room after. Um, really happy for our seniors. We played a lot of young guys on Saturday, but we also have some seniors that are really contributing and finishing the year strong, which is good to see. Certainly helps lay the foundation for next year. Certainly gives us some momentum going into these last 2 weeks that are both winnable games and conference games. So no rest for the happy, or however you want to say it. We got back to work today, trying to get a game plan ready for Army. They're a really good ball club. Jeff Monken is one of the best coaches in the country, in my opinion, and he's won at a lot of different places with a lot of different style of play. And his teams are always very tough, physical, really good in the kicking game. I'm really impressed by how he coaches and the program he's built. He is a no-nonsense guy, and he's straight to the point, and his teams play that way. Nate Woody, their defensive coordinator, does an awesome job. Was my cousin's defensive coordinator at Appalachian State during their run there, and then Cody Worley, their offensive coordinator, was the starting quarterback at my high school. I was his backup for 2 years, and he was a couple years older than me, and then he played. He's one of the few guys that played for my dad and my uncle. Played for my dad in high school and my uncle in college. So Cody's a great friend, great coach. They do a really good job. So I think they've kind of found their quarterback. I'm really impressed with their lines of scrimmage. Their linebackers are very active. They got some pass rushers that are going to be a problem for us. So, yeah, certainly a challenge with the style of play. Our defense is going to get a couple extra walkthroughs in and make sure we're better against this running style than we were against Navy, because I did not think we were well prepared or played well against Navy on either side of the ball, and I thought we let an opportunity get away from us there. But super excited for the opportunity. It's going to be a beautiful day for football at West Point in November. And what else could you ask for? Questions?
Did you notice a discernible change, if any, in the way your team came in the last couple of days than they had the previous several?
No. I thought the practices have been great all year. We didn't make any stupid mistakes Saturday. We've been making about 3 or 4 really stupid mistakes, and I think that's a sign of growth. It's better coaching. But we didn't give them anything free. We didn't turn the ball over. I think the only silly thing we did was the bad snap on the field goal. Other than that, I thought we played a pretty clean game in all phases, and didn't have those 1 or 2 blunders, those drops. We didn't really have any drops, didn't really have any fumbles that went the other way for touchdowns. Really didn't, have the roughing the passer that led to a scoring drive, or didn't have a busted coverage where a guy falls down. And we've had a lot of that in the last 5 games, and we lost 5 in a row against good teams. But I was proud of our response. I haven't questioned these guys one bit in practice. And I told you guys last week, Saturdays have been a tooth pull at times. But I was really proud of the way they came out. They played. They were ready to go from the beginning. Like, our locker room was very amped up because I challenged them. It was going to be an early kickoff. We had to be ready to go, and I was really proud of the way we came out in the second half and threw a knockout punch out of halftime. So, yeah, I didn't do anything different. Maybe played a little different music. I guess a new NBA YoungBoy album came out, so we got them juiced up to that in the locker room. It shows my youth, 36-year-old head coach. But, yeah, man, they were ready to go. Really proud of their execution.
Will you address the approach this week against a team that is clearly going to be more motivated than the one that you played on Saturday?
Yeah, no question. This is a very motivated team. And they've been up and down at times this year, but they've been in every ball game. And even East Carolina, they dropped a couple 4th and 6 touchdowns that would have changed that game. So, yeah, when you play an academy, there's no question they're going to be ready to go. I mean, they're the most exciting 4 hours of their week is going to be Saturday at 11, and we've got to be able to match that for sure.
How is Zion Booker? Do you expect him to be back?
I expect him to play. I really do. I'm not just telling you guys that, and I really do. I'm hoping. I was hoping he'd play this week, but Donnell G, freshman, made a big catch for us. Josh Smith, freshman, made a big catch for us. We're playing some young guys, which is good for next year, but also finishing strong this year. But I expect Zion to play. I'd be surprised again if he didn't.
Talk about their quarterback's pretty good, runs real well, runs a lot. Talk about him.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing they do is they pound you, man. It is a physical game. Every position's going to have to be asked to tackle, and then they lull you to sleep and throw one behind your head or around you. It's just really physical. Their quarterback's physical. I mean, Temple was down 1 point, 14-13, with 10 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game, and never got the ball back. We ran 104 plays against FAU. We're prepared to probably run 50 this game. It's going to be way different. Like, you got to have a small call sheet. You got to make sure you're not wasting plays offensively. Then defensively, you got to do everything in your power to get them behind the chains and make them become a passing team.
And compare them, their offense to Navy. Navy passes a little more.
Navy's probably more common with what you see in common offenses now. Like, they're more power read from the gun. They're getting some pistol. They pass it, 15 times a game, where Army doesn't have to pass it if they don't want to. And they can beat you by running the ball 60 times with no passes. They've won a bunch of games under Coach Monken without attempting a forward pass. They don't have to. They're going to line up and beat you. I really like Navy's skill. I like Army's skill. I think they're comparable there. Blake Horvath, the quarterback at Navy's got more experience than this guy, but this guy's more than capable of beating you both ways, and I've been impressed with. They've played better since he's been in there.
Thank you. Do you have a sense yet whether Brody Foley absolutely is committed to being back here next year, or because I'm thinking he's draft eligible, he's had this great several weeks, right? He looks the part. I mean, where do you think he stands on all that?
I have this conversation with him about every week, and I feel very confident we're going to be able to retain him for another year, and I have a lot of confidence he's going to get drafted out of here and play for a long time. I think he's that good. The risk of him transferring up is he's back in the same situation he was in Indiana, where he's splitting reps and he's working working with 2 other guys and 3 other guys, and then all of a sudden he's only getting 30 plays a game, where here he played 84 snaps last week, and he's got more touchdowns than any tight end in the country. I think he's got 9, 2 rushing and 7 receiving, and that's tops in all of football. So I don't know why you'd leave. You got everything you want right here. You've already tasted that level. We're going to be able to compensate him at a high rate, a very competitive rate, and I have no question. I think he's coming back.
Are you able to, if negotiate's the right word, are you able to talk about that now?
Mm-hmm.
And have you?
Yes.
Yeah, with him.
Yeah, for sure. And we're doing that with a lot of guys, and there's just a few guys I don't feel great about retaining. I mean, there's some guys that are going to be highly sought after. That's the world we live in. We'll replace them with great players. I mean, the 3 things I'm really looking for in the portal is speed. I think we lack team speed. I'm looking for production. I don't care what level. He needs to be a touchdown scorer, or he needs to play a lot of plays and be productive in those plays. And the 3rd thing, I think we need more guys from winning programs. We got a lot of guys in that locker room that there's 12 guys on our entire roster with a winning record in college football.
So you think an additional 12 or 13 games here next year positions him much more favorably than just a half a season of great tape for the NFL?
Yeah, he needs to catch 60 balls next year and have 700 yards and 10 or 12 touchdowns. Like, that's, I think he's hot. He'd be probably one of the first off the board, next year. I know the kid from Baylor's coming out this year. He's really good, Michael Trigg. But next year's draft class, we've had a few agents help him out on it, and he doesn't have an agent. So, trying to help him navigate what round he think he would go in and where would be a good landing spot for him. But we want him to be back here first and foremost to help us win games and help him have the career he wants. Because he goes somewhere else and sits out or doesn't have the same production, he's going to be a free agent at best.
All right. So he'll go through the advisory process and find. I see. So you see him every day. How do you think when he's in a combine setting? How do you think that?
He'll be all right. I mean, he's not going to run very fast. He'll be a 4.9 guy, which, I mean, I looked at it the other day. There was only like 3 receivers that broke 4.8. So, I mean, it's not like his size, because he's 6'5", 260, he can make up for a lot of that. I don't think he'll ever be like an elite, receiver in the NFL, like a Travis Kelce but he's got the physicality to play on the ball, run game, throw game. Like, I have no question he's gonna play for a long time. And he's tough. Like, he practices hard. He's really tough.